Are we on? Oh, we're on. Welcome back. Today I have with me the amazing Grady.
And look what Grady's got on his eyeballs.
You're welcome, DJ. All right. Andrew and everybody else is concerned about safety from our last safety video. You didn't see that one yet because it's coming out this week. Well, to you on the deal last week. All right, I hope you watched it because it was terrible. And it was the worst video ever. It was a punch in the gut. You're moving the camera a lot. It was a punch in the gut. And what we learned was I'm not a welder. I'm really terrible at this and I'm struggling. So you saw the clip, it says struggle bus. There's a reason we're on the struggle bus. All right, today what we're gonna do, we're gonna get the metal. Let's show the metal down here. We're gonna get the metal cleaned off because we need to make good clean welds. We need to make sure that we have a good substrate, and we're gonna get inside the truck. We're gonna clean off these surfaces too, right here. All of those are going down. I'm gonna use the flappy paddle, the flappy paddle grinder, because it's got flappy paddles and it's got grinding material. This one is a 60 grit and it does its business. It gets it done. We're probably gonna need another one of these before the day's over, I bet. Unfortunately. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get the metal down and then we're gonna attempt to put this back in there. We're gonna change the way we set up our ground. That's what we're gonna do. All right, let's do some science, maybe. Is it science?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm thinking we're doing wrong and what I went on the internet and looked at, and I Googled for a long time, at least 10 minutes, and I could not find anything that told me about how to set up a ground without, you know, basic welding. So in the welding world, if you're welding stuff, you usually have a welding table and it's earth grounded, and then you put your ground on that table. All your metal parts are touching it. All the metal's touching the metal. It all works great. So the current flows through from the wand straight through to the ground and it works. On a car, you can't do that because there's no way to, I mean, you could ground the car, I guess, but that doesn't matter. But you have to get the metal. It's not sitting on a giant metal table. Maybe we should invent that, Grady.
We should. Make $1 million.
$1 million.
All right, so basically the thought is you have two pieces of metal, all right? There's two pieces of metal. Let's pretend like they don't have any paint on them, okay? Not unlike my vehicle where I spent so much time painting stuff, right? All right, and so we have current that needs to run through these two pieces, all right? So that when we put our weld on it, okay, we're gonna weld this spot. When we weld, okay, this is a plug weld, so there's a hole here. So when we weld, these two pieces are touching together. What I need to do, and what I don't think I have been doing, is connecting my ground to the far piece of the electrode. So when the welding wire is coming in, okay, I need my ground on this side so that the current flows through all of the materials. Does that make any sense? Am I wrong? I need to know, and I need someone to tell me. I know when I'm welding two pieces of steel together that are end to end, okay, and I'm welding across that gap, which is minute, but when I'm welding across that gap, I have the ground touching one of these anyway. And so when I apply my electrode at the top, I'm getting current flowing between the two. So do you put it on the, if you're coming this way, touching this panel first, do you go to this side? This side? Who knows? I don't know. I'm sure somebody does in a welding textbook somewhere. But that's the gist of why I think I have really crappy welds. My gas is on, I've got gas, I've got dialed in welder, I've tried different settings. I'm attempting to get this as close to possible, as close as I can. So that's basically it. Up on me. If you know, drop a quote, drop a text, send me an email, something. Help me help me. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
I thought it did. All right, that's what we're gonna do. So now we're gonna find another way to weld by putting our ground in a different location. We're gonna see if that makes any difference today. If we fail today, I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do. It might just be, it's going together with screws. I don't know. I know that's stupid. No, that's not the right way to do it, but I gotta finish this thing eventually, right?
Right.
All right. And I'm gonna speed this all up. They don't care if I'm doing this, so we're just gonna speed this all up.
Yeah,
Okay, let's try again with more feeling this time. I think we didn't record the last segment, so we're gonna do it again. All right, so basically what I did was I welded this piece of scrap onto my substrate, and so now when I connect this to my ground, I'll have a better ground because the ground is touching the base, and when I get my first couple of welds in, it'll be touching the strap too, or my Z-bar. So now my goal is to get all of these welds as far as I can get them to go, and then we'll do the, if that works, we'll go do the other side. Then we'll work from the back to the front and pressing it down. Once I get my big butt in here and leaning on this, I think it'll hold it down enough for me to do my welds. I was worried about that before, but I don't think I'm worried about it now. So, all right, that's what we're gonna do. Thoughts?
I think it's gonna work.
He thinks it's gonna work. Okay, well, let's get it and see if we're right. All right, why don't you shoot the first set of welds, and then you can record my cussing when it doesn't work.
Cool.
Okay.
Do you want something over here to cover this?
No. No. Okay. Don't want it. Now you got me paranoid, damn you.
Sorry.
Safety second, right?
Safety second.
And that'll be nice on my knees when I get in there. So. All right, let's record these first few welds and see. Oh, get some. Let's see if that works.
Oh, son of a bitch.
What'd you do? Stop. Sound better.
There's not a whole bunch of popping.
Ow!
How's it looking?
Those look pretty much like welds. Hand me the camera. Those look like welds. Okay, so get your hand out of there. All right. So these look more like welds. They did sound better too, and they're not popping and snapping and jumping off the steel. So that looks like I've got them welded. So
you're fooling yourself.
let's set up static maybe.
Okay.
Where did that time come from?
All right, we're good.
We
Wanna
are?
talk from there.
We're talking? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So we've got some welds now. Yay! The back half of the truck is quarter. Let's call it a quarter. What do you think, Ray?
Yeah, quarter.
Well, we didn't do this part, so maybe we shouldn't call it a quarter. All right, I need to do some hammering, and then I'm gonna try to attach this back portion to the truck. Let's see how much luck I have doing that. That's what we're gonna do next. You wanna time lapse me again?
Yep. Tell us what you're thinking.
I'm pretty disappointed all of these popped while I was hammering here. Those appear to have held.
These are, I think every single one of these held.
Why didn't they hold on this side though? I have the exact same setup. I don't get it.
I think it really was the hammering, but I can't see how
No,
those would
it
pop
shouldn't.
every single one of
Well,
those.
no, the hammering, if these were welds, they wouldn't have popped.
Yeah.
So these looked like welds, didn't turn out to be welds. Yeah, there's no metal on, there's no welding happening on the back side of this. Oh man, this is frustrating. That was another waste of day. Got a lot of things going on here. Got a lot of things going on here. One, we apparently do not know how to weld. But we know what's probably wrong. We're not getting good welds, and I'm guessing it's my ground.
Wrong, sir. Wrong.
But it's just a guess. So we attempted, as you saw in the earlier video, where did I throw that piece after I cussed? We attempted to weld a piece of steel to our substrate, and then it's touching our weld points. We thought we had good welds on this side. What we're having a problem with, and you can see how it's up on one side and down on the other. See how it rocks? I'm going to have Grady press on it from that side so you can see it. Go ahead and press on it. So if I'm right down here, I can't be right down there. Press on it hard. I can't even get that close down there. And the reason, strangely enough, lift it, is these braces, where they were put in the exact same places where they were before, but now they're touching this safety mount. You got it? Lift it, lift it. You got it? Hold it up. It's touching these. And those are in the exact same place they were before. And that's the rubber that we used. But it's literally 1/4 of an inch, the thickness of this rubber, wrong. I haven't a clue why. Absolutely none. Totally stumped.
I'm just gonna come right out. I have no idea what's going on at all.
Go ahead and set it down. I don't know what to do now. The welding is a stunner. That's just, I don't understand this at all. I really don't understand this. I don't know what to do. That's a lot of pause, but I'm sorry. I don't know what to do. That should be welding. It should be holding. I've made good contacts. I don't know. This is gonna take some more investigation. I did weld one strap that did stick. That one is welded. That one is stuck there. But when I welded again on this side, I welded these little points. None of those worked. How many cuss words did I say? 6. 6 cuss words.
42 cuss words.
Oh, 42? You showed 24.
Oh,
Okay, 42. I said 42 cuss words. I don't know what to do. All right, I said that about 14 times. I'm calling it a day. Grady's gonna call it a day. He's working out. You working out?
Yep.
You were working out. You stopped working out. Yeah, that's getting it. And the weather's about to go south on us too, so.
It's a really nice day earlier.
It was pretty when we started today. You are correct, sir. I don't know what to do. Stumped. Stumped. I need people smarter than me to tell me what I'm doing wrong. And you know how I like to have people help me. So, all right, that's all I got. Give it a, are you gonna push it yet? I haven't signed off yet.
Oh, sorry.
I know you don't like this, and I wouldn't even ask you to subscribe because this is the worst content ever because it's very unsuccessful. So that's where we're gonna leave it. Now you can press it.